So let's talk about AI avatars. They are, without a doubt, one of the most exciting tools we have right now. Just imagine a perfect digital version of you or your brand out there working 24/7. It's an absolutely incredible way to scale your presence, but there's a huge catch you really need to know about.
And that catch? Well, it's pretty much summed up by this quote. Mit großer Power kommt auch große Verantwortung. And for those of us who don't speak German, that's with great power comes great responsibility. Yep, turns out Spider-Man was right, and that idea is at the very heart of everything we're about to cover.
So what are we really talking about when we say AI avatar? Think of it like this. It's your digital twin. A tireless, perfectly consistent, and endlessly scalable version of you that can show up professionally, anytime, anywhere, without ever needing a coffee break.
The appeal here is just massive, and it really boils down to three game-changing areas. First, efficiency. You create it once, and you can use it in 1,000 different videos. Then there's consistency. No bad hair days, no tired voice. It's the perfect delivery every single time. And the scalability? It's mind-blowing. Your avatar can literally be speaking 5 different languages to audiences all over the world while you're just, grabbing a coffee.
Okay, but to use that kind of power the right way, you're going to need a rule book. So let's get into the 7 essential rules for avatars. And don't think of these as restrictions. Think of this as your cheat sheet for being smart and staying on the right side of the law.
All right, the first 4 rules are the foundation, and they're all about being honest. It starts with disclosure. You have to tell your audience they're watching an AI. No secret agents, right? It's about trust. And if your avatar can interact with people, it has to say, hey, I'm an AI. Rule 3 is to do a risk check. An avatar in a simple product demo is totally different from one giving medical advice. You've got to know where you stand. But Rule 4, that is the big one. You must have explicit permission for any face or voice you use. Using someone's likeness without their consent, that's a huge legal and ethical line you just don't cross.
The final 3 rules? These are all about being professional and protecting your work. You have to test your avatar all the time, making sure it can't be hacked or tricked into saying something that could wreck your brand's reputation. Next, document everything, seriously, from permissions to purpose. Keep a record. It's your legal shield. And finally, you have to train your team. One person making one mistake can turn this incredible tool into a massive compliance headache.
And that brings us to the official rulebook, the EU AI Act. Now, I know, it sounds a bit heavy, but understanding your risk level here is absolutely essential. It's actually a pretty logical framework that's just designed to keep everybody safe.
So the crucial thing is to figure out where you stand. And it's pretty simple, really. Are you using your avatar for a marketing video on social media? That's minimal risk. Is your avatar giving health advice or helping you hire someone? Well, that's high risk, and the rules get a whole lot stricter.
Now, before we go any further, we have to talk about what's completely off the table. This is the unacceptable risk category. We're talking about AI designed to manipulate people, unauthorized deepfakes, or cloning a voice without permission. The EU AI Act is crystal clear here. This stuff is strictly forbidden, and the penalties are severe. So if you look at it this way, there are really 3 distinct levels. For minimal risk stuff like your social media ads, the main thing is just being transparent and labeling it. For high risk uses like in healthcare, you need that strict documentation and a real human has to be overseeing things. And for unacceptable risk, well, the requirement is simple. Just don't do it. It's forbidden, end of story. I know that can all feel like a lot to remember, so here's a really simple rule of thumb that just cuts right through it all. Ask yourself this: is my avatar influencing people without them knowing it's an AI? If the answer is yes, then you've got a problem. That's really the ethical line in the sand. Now, you might be thinking all these rules are just about avoiding trouble, but it's so much more than that. Playing by the rules isn't a chore. It's actually a huge competitive advantage. I mean, just look at the rewards. Of course, there's legal safety. You avoid massive fines and PR disasters. But even bigger is the trust you build with customers. When your audience sees you're being transparent, they respect you for it. And finally, it just shows true professionalism. It proves you're not just playing with a new toy. You actually understand the power and the responsibility that comes with it. And isn't that the ultimate goal here? To have an avatar that gets the job done, but does it legally, credibly, and with a personality that makes your brand shine? That's how you innovate in a smart, sustainable way. So I'll leave you with this question to chew on. As you go forward with this tech, are you building an asset that makes your brand stronger, or are you accidentally creating a liability? The choice and the responsibility is yours.